Hello, race fans. This is Larry Supermouth Huffman, AMA Hall of Fame announcer, and this isn't Supercross. It's Wednesday! And you're watching Bay Fishing with Roman and Brian. Stand by while the boys teach secrets of bay bass fishing with Roman on his 6-second nitro-burning pedal drive kayak, and Brian in his Cool Baits high-speed dragster boat that he takes out every Sunday. Be there!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fishy Hour. This is Bay Fishing with Roman and Brian, and let me adjust my. There it is. Hope you guys are doing good. It's speaking of Brian. Brian, you ready? Let's get you in here. Can you hear me? Check 1 2. Brian, you there? Oh, I think something's wrong with Brian, guys. Let me see what's going on with him. Let's tune in. I think he's frozen to death. We can't hear you. Your mic is not working. No mic. Did I mute you? I don't have you muted. I don't think. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. See, it's so cold, the Ramona, guys, that electronics have frozen to death. Let me see if this works. Oh, maybe it's on my side. Is that my side? Were you guys hearing the music earlier, guys? What's going on? What is going on? Let me see what's going on in the chat. Oh no. Mic is frozen to death too. Okay. Can you guys hear me? It sounds like you guys can hear me, right? Yep, good. Okay. So what's going on with this? Did I accidentally mute something? Nope. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Interesting. All right, let me see if I can. You guys can hear the music, right? You guys can hear the gong? Yeah, the gong is working. Okay. Okay, and can we hear this music? Maybe not. You guys weren't hearing music the whole time? It was. Something just happened. I must have done something. Must have bumped something and broke the whole setup. We're going to resort to flashcards. Here we go. It's cold. I'm going to call you back, Brian. Okay. Call back, Brian. I'm not getting any sound from his from Can you hear me now? Nope, you can't hear me. I think it's something to do with Skype has a freaking update or something. Dang it, Skype. Audio. Check 1 2. Check 1. Test audio. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Wow. Wow. This is really awkward. Sound settings. Hang in there, guys. I'm going to troubleshoot this real quick. It doesn't make sense. Oh, that's working for me. That's working. Brian, are you sure your mic isn't working? Huh. Oh, I know what it is. How about now?
I don't know. Now?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. I know what it was, guys.
Press the button.
I know what it was. Okay. My slider, I turned down our audio so that you guys don't get to hear the Skype call connecting. Like at the beginning of the show, the music's playing, and then I turned down the mic. I turned down so here's the music playing right here, right? Yeah. The music is playing, and then when I call Brian right before the show starts, you guys will hear like the Skype sounds, right? So what I have to do is I lower the volume of that channel all the way down, and I start the music like that, and that covers the sound of. That gives me time to turn off the music, call Brian, have Brian on the phone before you guys hear the Skype music, kind of like the Skype call sound. And so what I did is I turned down that knob all the way down, and I got confused. I turned up the knob next to it, And I even like wiped off the dust. I never turned this other one next to Brian up. So when I turned it up, I noticed there was like a dust area that was under that knob that never got dust on it. I was like, why is that there so? I was like, how did I get so much dust in here so fast? But it was just that it's just that I hadn't moved that one in a long time. Sorry. Welcome to Fish Hour. Let's go.
Is that the same knob you used to sabotage my my pop tops?
Yeah, that one always stays at 0.
Anyway,
Oh
what's
God,
up? How are you, Roman? How's it in your luxury office with that
better.
nice heater going?
I know.
Hey, can you see my breath?
No.
Yeah, in Ramona, Eric would know this. It's so cold up here. Like, I look to the mountains behind me,
How
and they're
cold
covered in
is it?
snow. Not very far
Ooh.
away.
It's 48 for me.
I don't know. I'm gonna say it's somewhere around 10, maybe 5.
Nice.
It's
Nice.
probably like 50. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna shed a layer here.
That's a nice.
Back to the normal SoCal.
That's so
Bam.
funny.
Just like that. Ready
Oh
to
my
go.
gosh.
All right,
I
Roman,
scared
what's up?
myself.
What's up, everybody? 2 nights in a row. Look at that. Like Joe said, what a privilege, huh? We get 2 nights in a row.
That's so scary. All right.
And I'm not. I'm watching it.
Very cool. All right, we're here. Let's go. Welcome everybody.
Finally. Let's start.
First timer. Anybody here for the first time? Type in first timer in all caps in the chat, please, so we can welcome you to the community. Let's get started by first shouting out Mr. Carl Black. Carl, welcome to the show. Thanks for hanging in there, and thanks for always supporting the stuff I'm doing. So thank you, Carl. He's first in the chat. Bit. And Leonard came in second with a bit icon.
Yeah,
Doug.
you need a. Hey, Leonard, you need to a bit harder, man. You're choking lately. You haven't got that.
You haven't been first in like two streams, dude. What's going on? Consta, welcome back. Cal, Cave Dog, what up, Cal? Gavin, welcome back. Doug Rubin in the house. Hey, Doug, don't be promoting stuff in here without permission. Just kidding. Put it in MMFC outings if you want to do something with the fellas and invite people to that. Okay, we got I was kidding, Doug. I was kidding. Spinning Rod Rebel Marvin. What up, Marvin? Welcome back. Get out there, Doug. Let's go. Salty Dangler in the house. Mr. C Samurai here. What up, Kevin? Welcome back to the show. I'm down for Liberty trips. There you go. Mr. Dan Walsh, Captain Dan in the house. It's a whole meeting today. We'll try to get on later. Thanks. I'll see you back here.
HOA meeting. Oh, God, that sounds terrible.
Cass Queen in the house. What up? Welcome back. Jesse, let's go. Carl, I already got Carl Muto in the house. What's up? Mr. Jeff, what's up? Mr. One Cool Tuna in the house. Let's go. Tyler Doan, what's up, Tyler? Welcome back. I got Bearded Fisherman. What's up? Welcome back. Bearded Fisherman. Mr. Zach Riggs in the house. Dario in the house. What up, Dario? Welcome back. Joe Hamilton, what's up? 2 nights in a row. What a treat. Whoa, nice. Hey, Joe, it's nice to have you back. Welcome back, dude. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you, Joe.
Sound Fishing. Sound in the city. What up, Anthony? Welcome back. Let's see. Aaron Kruger, whoa, what's up? Let's go.
Hey,
Welcome back.
know it's cold out if Aaron and Cass Queen are in here. They're not out fishing.
They're not out fishing. It's too cold. That's funny. Down Nesty, what up, Roy? Let's go. Welcome back. Roger Stern's here too. What up, Roger? Roger, welcome back.
Whoa, the whole posse.
The whole posse's here. Let's go. Michael Tran in the house. It's super cold. I know, right? I'm getting to the comments where they see you huddling down in that blanket. It's not that cold. Says Kevin.
Go stand outside.
Mike is frozen to death. It's CA. Anything below 50 is cold. Yeah, I need to bust out the.
Go stand outside.
I'm wearing 2 layers, guys. I'm wearing a t-shirt, but I'm wearing a thermal underneath because it's cold. That's funny. Heard the music. Yeah, Brian. Okay, cool. There we go. Now I'm catching up with the shenanigans. Sorry about that, guys.
I think this is the coldest fishy hour I've ever done. It is
cold.
I remember when it was super hot, but it is cold.
Joe says, want to talk about cold? I was watching the Major League Fishing today. Temps was below freezing, and these dudes were pulling largemouth bass like it was normal with frozen eyelids and bait casters. Wow.
Gosh.
That's cool.
Man, that's crazy. I wouldn't even know. I don't know how to do that.
Not sure how I feel about being felt. What?
Salty saying that?
Yeah. Don't be filling up salty, Brian.
What?
Aaron
What's he
Cruz
telling
can't
people?
feel my hands on- Oh, I can't feel my hands when I fish. Oh, jeez. That's funny. All right, cool. All right. We have a good show for you today. Small baits versus big baits. Dun, dun, dun.
Let me show you a preview, guys.
Small
So we're
baits
gonna
versus
talk
big
about-
baits.
When do we? This is all. Remember, this is bay fishing with Rowan Bryan. So you largemouth guys, don't get excited. We do talk about largemouth and bass, but this is bay fishing. So we're talking about bay fishing tonight. Bay fishing with Rowan Bryan, and we're going to talk about large baits versus small baits. Mainly, it's when to use what.
Yeah.
When I think I should use what. So.
But first, pop top. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pop top you ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst. Rate Brian's pop top with the low score, please.
I've been in a slump lately.
That was good. That was good.
Pressure.
That was good.
Pressure. Oh, I got to get my unauthorized mug up here.
Yeah.
Unauthorized Fishy Hour mug.
Bootleg mug. All right. See those
selling with the swap
scores.
meet.
9.2, 9, 7.345. Okay.
All right, Kevin, I'll take that.
Okay. I
Thank
like
you,
it.
Zach. How's your foot, Zach? Hopefully better.
Did Zach get surgery? Or did he hurt himself?
He stepped on a rusty nail in a dumpster.
Jeez. Stop dumpster diving.
Yeah, what are you doing in a dumpster, Zach?
I used to dumpster dive when I was
I think he was
I used to
behind. He was
dumpster
kinda
dive when I
being
was a kid,
tackled.
dude. That's sad.
Dumpster. Yeah. I got a lot of, that's, let's not even go there.
Yeah.
9, Leonard. Thank you. 9.9 TBR.
10?
Thank you.
Dang,
GFA 10.
let's
Yeah,
go.
Big Roger.
All right, put in the chat, guys, what you're drinking tonight. It doesn't have to be alcoholic beverage, but it has to be a beverage because it's fishy hour. It's kind of like happy hour, but fishy. So let's go. Put what you're drinking, and then we'll do my score. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pop top you ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst. Rate this pop top.
Nice. Zevia.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, dude. It was a little the hiss was not so good. Tecate, let's go. Cheers,
Coca-Cola.
everybody.
They still make that.
Happy
Cheers.
Wednesday. Sierra Nevada.
Cal says
okay.
he wants. Hey, Cal says he wants one of these. You better get on the Shop Roman.
Hot chocolate called champorado. Oh yeah.
Ah, it does sound pretty good. Something hot.
Do we need
See,
fishy?
Samurai 3.68.
Damn.
Ooh, dang.
Whatever. Do we need fish hour mugs? Oh, we should have fish hour mugs like with the guests, like on Saturday Night Live. Like regular size mugs. Not the regular size mugs, but like
16 ounce.
Yeah, like a 16 ounce mug.
This is a 28.
Like
I can't compete with Coach's mug though. I don't know what Coach has.
On white porcelain, so like it looks so you can see the actual logo. I'm gonna do that.
Coach has got a mug that's, I don't know, 64 ounce. I think Coach uses that for when they have like fill your own cup on Slurpee Day at 7-Eleven. Coach walks.
The
Coach walks in
the
with that
doctor
mug.
said I could only have one drink. Ooh, 7 and 7. Let's go, Ralph. Dr. Pepper, that's a classic. Uncle Tuna.
7. Ooh. You're gonna be asleep by the time this show is over. Don't let me talk you to sleep. All right.
Come here.
All right, so tonight's show, we've got some announcements. I've already told what the main topic is. We're talking about big baits versus small baits, and not really so much a versus, but when we're going to be using those in the bay. We also have PB shoutouts tonight. Cal. And at the end, we might have a movie review. So we've got a good show for you. Got some pretty big announcements coming up. Cal. All right.
Holy smokes, Cal. Oh, Cal dropping. I think Cal has been left alone unsupervised. Somebody tackle that guy. Somebody get that keyboard away from this man. Cal with a $20 super chat. Dad jokes,
Cal.
please. Nice, dude.
Cal's shoulder must be better.
I
hope your shoulder's better.
Man,
Cal.
everybody's
It must
injured.
be.
Everybody's
Pump the
injured.
button.
Everybody's injured, guys. It sucks to get old. I know. But you know, we do what we can. We'll help each other out. If any of you guys that are injured, I'm serious. If any of you guys that are injured, I know Captain Dan's got something going on. Zach's something going on. Cal's got something going on. If you guys need me to just drive you some food or something, or pick something up for you, or run some errands for you, let me know. Okay.
That's right. You can't ride that kayak. Let me know. I'll take you out.
Yeah.
We'll sit you in a little chair on the boat. We'll take you fishing.
This is part of like the community thing that I like to promote. So like, whatever, you go pick something up for me from the grocery store or whatever. Just let me know. You know how to find me, Instagram or through Discord, guys. Just direct message me. Okay. Cool.
All right. Hey, Cal's paid for it, Roman. I got to give the audience what they're paying for here. So here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Why did the toilet paper roll down the hill? Why did the toilet paper roll down the hill?
Because it's following the poop.
To get to the bottom.
Oh. That's a good one. That's a good one. I was thinking because poop rolls downhill kind of thing.
No. That's a good one. You can tell your kids. They think that would be funny. I just watched a program about beavers. It was
Wait. Sorry, I'm laughing at Doug's comment. He said, Doug said, "I hurt my foot. Can you help me clean and wax my boat, please?"
Sure, Doug.
What up, Oscar? Let's go. We got HCX Pulsar in the house. MMFC.
What's up,
Texas
Oscar?
chapter.
Man, he's probably laughing at us. We're like, it's 50 degrees, and we're like, we're freezing. He's probably in like some real cold temperatures.
Next that joke. Let's go.
Okay, I just watched a program about beavers. It was the best damn program I've ever seen. How do you deal with a fear of speed bumps?
Oh.
You slowly get over it.
Oh, nice.
All right, Cal.
All right, there we go.
We're going to lose half the people here in a second. All right. Okay, first announcement, Roman. First. Woo, go Oscar.
Oscar HTX Pulsar in the house. Let's go with the 1999 Super Chat. That's a good year. 1999 was a good year, guys. If you miss it, I'm sorry. What?
Because you
had to party like it was 1999.
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
The Y2K scare was that year. All the computers were going to reset.
Yeah. Armageddon.
And the
Terminators are going to come out.
Where you're sitting there like, 3, 2, 1. Nothing happened. We're like, all the build up.
What was that?
I am experimenting with my soundboard.
Nice.
I gotta have fun too.
Yeah.
All right. First announcement. We better get going here. We're already 18 minutes in the show, Roman.
It's all right. We're here to have some fun, guys. Okay, we're here to have some fun. Who's in a rush? Raise your hand. Okay, go ahead.
If we're gonna do that, I'm gonna go ahead. Do you have one of these?
No.
No,
my house has this thing called insulation.
Yeah, I'm out in my garage though.
Oh, that's true. Look at this, guys. We're gonna take a commercial break to say hi to our sponsors. We don't have any.
All right, there we go. Get this thing fired up. All right, first announcement, Roman. The rods. Do we have an update on the rods?
Yes, I just texted the fellas over at Seeker Rod, and I was like, I don't want to be rude, and I said like, "What's going on with these rods, man?" I said, "Hey, hope everything is good. Any updates on the rods?" And they got back to me right away. Actually, took them like less than 2.5 seconds. Wow. They got back to me and said handles are finished, in line to get wrapped. Boom. So
wow.
So that's not necessarily an exact time frame, but they are in production and they're working on them, and that's where they're at right now. And when they say in line to get wrapped, they have 3 or 4 stations where they wrap. But mind you, these are not the only rods they're working on. So they're in line for the rod stations. So anyway, it's good news, guys. They're being worked on, and they're in the process of being made. So it's not like they're waiting for us to get approval or to find the stuff that we need to start building the rods. They have all the stuff. They're in production, so it's great news. We have 11 rods left at this point. If you don't know what we're talking about, type in !rod into the chat, and you'll get a link to see the rod specs. These rods are going to be our go-to for the outings that we'll be doing this year.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited about that. All right, next announcement. You guys know I say this every week, but MMFC is heading up north. Crossing my fingers for good weather. I'm sure we'll get it because March is usually a little warmer. but I'm glad we pushed this date to a little warmer. So March 26th, MMFC is going up to Newport, where we're going to fish Newport Bay up there. We're planning on meeting there. I think we're planning on at 8 a.m. just because for a lot of us, it's a 2-hour drive. So 8 a.m. meetup. And for right now, we're thinking Newport Dunes will be our meetup area. It's $15 to park there, but they've got facilities. They've got a launch ramp. They've got bathrooms. They've got ample parking. If we get like 20 people going to this, that may be that many, we're going to need a big parking area, and they have it there. But it's $15, but they have security, and the place is pretty nice, guys. So put on your calendar, March 26th, 8 a.m., Newport Dunes. We're going up to Newport to fish some new waters.
There you go.
Yeah, that's exciting, eh? Are you going to go, Roman?
I am. I'm going to go.
Okay, I'm going to go. So, right on.
It's going to be good.
So, I think maybe in the next week or two, I'll put it in the outings, and we'll start getting a head count so we can kind of figure out what kind of a group's going up there. I know I've already confirmed at least, I think about 8 people are going. So, I'm sure when we get closer, more people will finalize it.
And if anybody watching the show is from Newport, and if you think maybe if there's other parking options that we might not be aware of because we're not local, of course, right?
Yep.
Also, I know that the Fishy Hour and like the MMFC stuff is getting a little bit it's getting noticed in Orange County, maybe a little bit in LA County now. So if you wanted to fish with us, and maybe we can expand our empire, our MMFC club into a little bit north. We'd love to have you join us and fish with us, and it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun.
Well, we got Jesse up there. We got Lane up there. So I know of 2 locals up there, and probably many more, but I know of at least 2 up there that fish up there.
So we make them official chapters.
Isn't Amir from up there too?
Amir, yeah.
Amir's up there, yeah. And I think Saltwater Slayer maybe.
Saltwater Slayer is a little bit more north.
Up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little more north, but similar.
So it's 1 hour.
So Newport coming up, guys. All right. So you may have noticed that Roman has taken down his Savage Gear plaque. Unfortunately, Roman, do you want to make an announcement about this?
Yeah, I do. So Savage Gear, I think, got bought out by a bigger company, which is great news for Savage Gear, the company itself, or the brand, right? They got picked up by a company that manages other big fishing brands, and part of that process didn't include our sponsorships with Savage, right? So Brian and I are no longer sponsored by Savage, and it's you know what, guys? Let me just be honest with you guys. Let me just be honest with you guys. What really happened was they caught wind of Brian's episodes, Brian's outbursts, and they said, "You know what? You're a wild card. You're a wild card. We can't trust that you're not gonna flip out at one of the shows when we have you there representing us, right?" So, no, I'm just kidding, guys. No, I'm just kidding.
I do what I want.
That's exactly like this. I do what I want attitude is a liability for the company.
Kevin fired me. Let's just say it.
Nice.
Thanks, Kevin. Boo is right. Yeah. So
funny.
Kevin, get out there.
Arnie said,
walk
movie.
out your front door. Open up that door in that jalopy you call a car and get out of here. No, I'm just kidding, Kevin. Thank you for the opportunity.
Brian ripped the sign off. Oh, no. We're not going to disrespect the sign. I'm not
disrespecting it. I'm going to roll it up nice. I'm going to give it to Kevin, and thank you for the opportunity.
It was a good thing. It would have been a good thing. But so what we're going to do now is we're free agents, I guess. So
right. Shimano, I will.
So anyway, yeah, that's that. We just had to get that out there, guys. It happened a little bit ago, but we weren't 100% sure when we could talk about it, but now we can talk about it. But yeah, that's what's happening. So yeah.
And me and Roman are always there to support Kevin.
Yep.
And thank you, Kevin, for the opportunity. And we're here for you too, Kevin.
Yep.
So thank you, Kevin.
So we're ready to support Kevin in his next endeavor, whatever he decides to do. So you know it, Kevin. Cool.
All right. Next announcement. Let's see if we can get on. Okay. Next announcement. So I never really talk about what I'm going to do in the next week, but this week I'm going to talk about this because I don't know if everybody was here like a month ago watching this show, but I made this crazy contraption.
That's right.
So you guys have been watching the show for a little while, know what this is. I made this contraption to...
I'm waiting for this alert to come through for Benny
Okay.
with the $9.99 super chat #1 fan. Let's go. Okay,
Oh,
got
Benny.
it. And a bong, a bong, a bang, a gong, not a
Hold
bang.
on. I got my own gong. Don't need your...
What is that?
You said I can't use any sound, so I'm like one of those guys in my garage making my own sounds. That's me hitting
that's
a
awesome.
pan.
Folly. Nice.
There you go, Paulie.
Okay.
All right, guys. So I did this about 2 or 3 months ago where I used this machine to test the abrasion resistance of certain lines. I'm going to bring this back next week because I don't think my science was very good on it. And I want you guys this week to go into Discord under Fishy Hour and tell me what you would like me to test. If you have a certain mono, a certain brand, or if you want me to test a certain type of line, if it's a fluorocarbon, if it's a hybrid line, if it's a certain, I want to put this thing to the test. I spent 12, 14 hours building this. So I want to use it at least one more time.
That's perfect. Yeah, so we're gonna do so it's your job now, guys, to figure out, because I know last time you guys were asking about certain lines that you guys use.
Yep.
So tell us what lines you guys use so we can test those lines for you. There you go. Whoa, see Samurai with a $20 super chat. Sponsored by Good Vibes and Tight Lines. There you go. Nice. Thanks, Kevin. Let's go.
Wait,
Was that you?
that's me.
Leonard said it sounded like running water.
I gotta work on my sounds. So not right now. I mean, you guys can put in chat what you want to right now, and I'll check out chat later. But in Discord under Fishy Hour, put in what you would like me to see you test, and I'll try to make as much as it going to happen, and we'll try to figure out a little more science with abrasion resistance against lines. So if you didn't see it, basically we put a line in here. I crank it. We count how many cranks it takes this sandpaper to break a certain fishing line, and we test it. It's science, right?
It was good. Yeah, it was fun. That'll be for next Wednesday, guys. So make sure you have your lines in. The sooner the better, so Brian has time to go get those lines. If you put the line in like the night before or the night of, you're not gonna have your line in there because it's not gonna run to the store to get that line.
And I still have Coach's line, Coach, so I'll use that too. Coach has a special mono he brought for me, so he brought it to Mary Macmas. I still have it, Coach. All right, so that's the announcement for that. Next announcement, we've got new shirts.
Oh yeah. So we put out the Fishy Hour shirts officially. Let's see, and this time I'll bring it up in the thing. Where is it? Browser. Technology. So if you tap in shop.romancastro.com or !shop, you'll get a link to this page where you will find the new Fishy Hour shirts. Yep. You get them in black, or you get them in white. And these are the shirts. If you guys are interested in promoting the show, right? And we just got these. We're getting these made. So these are the official MMFC bomber jackets. This patch is embroidered, and so they look like. So if you want to grab one, and mine's on its way. Brian's is on his way, and we're thinking about doing something more with these bomber jackets than just getting bomber jackets. We are. We're looking at this kind of like as a. Let me go back here, guys. Split screen. We're looking at that as kind of like a platform for
a canvas,
if you will.
Yeah.
A sash of some sort.
No, sash.
Canvas. Sash, right? Canvas
sash is like a
beauty
queen sash.
Oh, okay, never mind. You know what I mean? Like, Don't. What do scouts put their patches on? Oh, they
They
just
have a
give it away.
sash, but it's not part of the jacket.
Oh, okay. Well, this is part of the jacket.
This is like a biker gang jacket.
It's like because we're in a gang, guys.
Gang.
We're in a fishing gang. MMFG. Get your MMFG jackets. Mad Max Fishing Gang. A sachet. Now, so we're thinking about doing. We talked about this in the past, and talking about like we talked about getting like making patches for different accomplishments within fishing, right? Specifically for the stuff that we like to fish, so like in the bay and stuff. And this is gonna be where we put them. So Brian and I are coming up with I'll design the patches, but we need to come up with a list of patches we could award our members. So like for example, a 2 pound spotty, for example, right? It could be like a patch, right? Go ahead.
So yeah, you get your 2 pound spotty patch.
Yeah.
Attach that to your jacket, right? So maybe your first legal halibut patch. You get your 2.5 pound spotty patch. Yep. And like a holy grail patch, like a 3 pound spotty patch. So if you're walking around with that baby,
everybody knows.
So
and then
what patches do you guys think we should make? So Roman is going to design them. I'm going to try to help him source them, I guess.
Yeah. So
and we're going to figure out what patches that we could get for our club jacket.
So I think legals would be good, right? So like a legal Halley, and then like the spotty classes, right? So like a 2, like you said, a 2, 2.5, and like a 3, right?
Right.
And then a 3 bass slam is a good one. Says Roy, that's a good one. A 3 bass slam.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Three legals in one day.
No.
3 different the calico, sand bass, and spotty legal in one day.
Yeah.
I like that.
The 3 bass slam, would that have to be 3 legals?
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise we'd be handing out patches right and left. Like the Fishy Boy Scouts. Like the Fishing Boy Scouts. There you go. I picked up a spool of 15-pound Opsin at... Oh, okay, he's talking about blind. Okay, cool. Oh, dang, my wife has been working on accomplishment stickers. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, so patches for the bomber jacket that just came out. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Very cool. Skip the patches and go straight to neck tattoos, 2 pound club. Dang, Dave.
Face tattoo.
Neck tattoo.
Wow.
A slam patch, a Spotty Bowl winter patch. Oh yeah.
Let's do that one.
A Spotty Bowl winter patch, like if not for the champion, but if you won a session.
First place. Oh.
Yeah, if you won a first place. Yeah. If you won a first place.
The champion patch has got to be the size of a back.
Nice. A yellowtail from the yak patch. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Yellowtail from the yak patch. Salty, that's a good one. Cool.
Maybe we need to start a Discord thread, Roman.
And,
for patches.
Patch ideas. Okay.
Let's make this happen.
Okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna start. We'll retire the Cedros thread, and we'll replace it with patch ideas thread in our Discord.
Hey, and I'm gonna put it out there too. Me and Roman aren't patch experts, so if anybody has a patch person, let us know. Either message me or message Roman.
Todd said,
a connection.
Todd said keep them military. Like, okay, I like that idea.
Yeah. We were thinking of actually having specific locations on the jacket where a certain accomplishment goes. Yeah, this is just the start of this idea.
Oh, Drew M, that's a great idea. Got to have some kind of knot tying patch.
Oh,
like fishing knots. Yeah, that's a good one.
Who can do the FG knot? That's a good one.
That's cool.
In a kayak.
Like you have to know how to tie these like 5 knots before you can get that patch or something, right? That's a good one.
Yeah. And they've got to show another member that they can actually do it.
Oh, I like that. Casting contest patch.
Oh, is that Kevin saying that probably?
No, it's Salty.
No.
That's good. That's funny. Cool.
All right. Sounds like you guys are into that. Let's see if we can make that happen. I think we can. Okay, Roman.
Salty, that one is already in the works. The founding member patch.
Yeah. Yep. So, remember how you were talking about your video game addiction last night?
Yeah.
I was listening, by the way. I have a confession.
Oh no.
About 15 years ago, believe it or not, I had the same addiction.
You did?
So I can relate. I started playing this game called World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah, that game is.
And for like a year solid, I'm not kidding, I played it like you, like almost all night long for like a year solid. And then I finally just quit. But I'm just letting you know, Roman, there's a light at the end of that tunnel. 'Cause I've been there. I can relate. So if you need to talk about, if you ever need to talk to somebody,
we are
I can
gonna
relate.
We are gonna have a Warzone dub patch though, special edition. So Leonard's got one coming his way. Salty's got one coming his way.
I tried.
Salty and Leonard, you guys gonna get a Warzone. You guys gonna get a survived Warzone with rum and patch. Let's go. Carl, I think too.
All right. Are you ready to start talking about some fishing?
Let's do this.
Okay, guys. So as we mentioned in the beginning of the show, we do talk about fishing on the show, believe it or not. And we're going to talk about small baits versus big baits. And it's not really a versus to me. It's like, when are you going to use this? And when I'm considering a big bait, like Kevin's the king of the big baits. That's what he fishes. Do you see something here? And
Cal said gold star affixed to the patch for multiple wins. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. So like if you have a patch for like winning a Spotty Bowl session, right, and you win a second one, then you have the patch plus a star.
Ooh,
instead of replacing the patch. I like it, Cal. That's very cool. All right, let's keep it going.
Let's put Cal in charge of patches.
I think Cal's gonna help me. I think Cal, I'm gonna have to ask you for help on like the how it works, like the not how it works, but like that. That's a really good idea. I'm sure that's how the military probably does it, but that's really cool. It makes sense.
Cal, Patch Master.
Very cool.
You just got a title. Kevin says, I like big baits and I cannot lie. What a night. All right, so this right here is the biggest Kitech I could find, Roman. This right here is a 7.8 inch Kitech. It is huge. It's a $4 bait, Roman. It's a big one. And I've got attached to it a 3-ounce jig head. Just to give you a little comparison, this is right here is the 2.8 Kitech or similar with a 1/8 jig head. So big bait, small bait. And when are you going to use these, Roman? So remember, guys, I'm applying this to bay fishing. This is bay fishing. So it's a little different than if we're out inshore, offshore fishing. Everything I'm talking about tonight is inside the bays, which is generally 50 feet or less water. So big baits, what's your deciding factor on what size bait you're going to use? I would say my 3 deciding factors are, number 1, the species I'm targeting. That's a big factor for me. Me and Salty have been trying to tune up our sand bass game lately, and we've switched over to big baits, so species. Number 2, the current. The current is a huge decider on how much weight you're going to use. Lately, we've had big currents where it's in and out, and you have to adjust for that current. The third thing is the depth. And I'm going to go over these and tell you when, but you're not going to use this in 10 feet of water unless you're really good. You know, I mean, maybe.
Unless you're trying to get views. Let's go.
Maybe. Another reason for these, if you look in the water, sometimes, especially in some of the deeper waters in the bay, you can actually see the bait fish in there. And sometimes you want to match kind of what size those are. If you see just these little tiny baits around, maybe you want to try to match the hatch and mimic that hatch. So that might be an idea to try to match that. I mean, a normal size bait in our bay is probably like this, like a 4-incher, but they do get big. There are some big ones out there. So when you're watching, keep that in mind. What is pushing into those docks? What am I seeing? So if you're one of the guys that doesn't fish the reds or the purples or whatever, and you're matching the hatch, that's always a good idea. So think about that too. Another thing about big baits, Roman, I'm gonna tell you, is the bass are territorial, right? And they may not want to eat. Sometimes these bass just aren't in the mood to eat. They're just down there. And they may not even be in an eating mode, but when they see something like this swim by, they're like, whatever. But if they see something like this swim by, it could not be that they're very hungry, but it may appear as a threat to them or a threat to their little territory or zone that they're. Yeah, so if they're just down there protecting their little hole they live in and something big swims by, they might go and it might cause an instinct to attack it just because it looks like a threat. And I've heard this from especially the largemouth world where the bass are protecting their zone.
Area.
And if something swims by that's a big bait, they may not be hungry, but they may attack it as a threat.
Hey, Jeff, thanks for tuning in. Jeff. I you got to go, but I'll see you soon. Thanks, Jeff.
See you, Jeff.
Very cool.
Okay, I just lost my train of thought. Okay, weight of the jig head. So I mean, one thing you have to do also when you're selecting your swim bait, if you're going to go with a big one, you want to make sure that the head is going to match it. So look, obviously you're not going to put something like this on a big swim bait, right? A little 1/8 ounce, because you have to match basically the hook size has to match the profile of the bait. I've got a 1/8 on this, and you can barely see this. This may get bit. Never know. May get bit. Or, you know, if you take the exact opposite, you take a 2-ounce bait and you put it's just not quite, you know, it just doesn't have the presentation.
That's like a malnourished that's a malnourished fish. That's sort of like an IV. That's an IV. That's an IV fish right there.
Yeah, this fish has seen a rough day right here. This is a Long Beach fish right here. It's seen some tough conditions in the water up there. So when selecting your big bait, if you're going to select that, select it to match the hook size. And then why would I want to choose a large bait like this, Roman? So like recently me and Salty have been fishing the deeper waters. We're trying to go after sand bass, and that's where they're at. We're having a big problem getting down to the depth, like 40 feet deep, and we can't throw like a 1 ounce, or we can't throw even a 1/2 ounce or that, because it just doesn't make it. All these fish are down on the bottom. You want to be down on the bottom. So you have to select a bigger jig head, right? And you have to kind of balance what size bait you're going to put on that. We've recently been fishing, like here's my A-rig. These are 1 ounce baits, and I actually used all 4 of these 1 ounce baits, and it still was not enough weight to get down to the bottom. So one of the things, sometimes you have to go with a larger bait because you're going with a larger size head, and you have to go with that larger bait to fit the profile of the hook and to fit the profile of this head. So that is another deciding factor. I like to use big baits when I'm using the big head. And that's, to me, a big bait is like a 5-inch, 6-inch, 7-inch, maybe 8-inch bait. Very rarely, Kevin. I know you use those 8-inch baits, but honestly, Roman, when I bought this thing out, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to try this weekend.
Have you fished it? I was going to say, have you fished it? Well, you're going to get the biggest bass. You're going to get that 3-pounder.
Kevin, I'm doing it for you. I'm going to fish this thing. Like I'm legitimately going to fish this thing. Like I'm going to try to get a big sand bass on this thing.
Roger Stern said, "Holy A-rig." Yeah, it's like a 5-ounce A-rig.
Yeah, it actually broke an arm off, so it's down to only 4 arms, but it's a 4 ounce. But believe it or not, I'm going to build also a 10-ounce A-rig, because you would think that that's a lot of weight, but to get down in that current and to keep it dragging on the bottom when it's 50 feet deep and that current is ripping out, even with that 5 ounce, I would throw that thing out there, get it on the bottom, and in 2 cranks, the whole rig would lift up, and I'd have to let it set again, and it just wasn't getting that strike zone. So sometimes you just have to go to these large baits to just match the profile head and get on the bottom. The current is so strong sometimes in the in and out. And sometimes when that current is strong, that is, and especially in summertime, that is the good time to be fishing down there too, because those fish are, like we've talked about this many times, they're waiting in their structure and they're waiting for stuff to go by. So remember, guys, if you're in the bay and you're fishing for bass, they're down on the bottom. If you don't have the proper weight and you're not down on the bottom, you're probably not going to get bit. They're not in the mid-water column. They're not in the upper. There's other fish that are, but if you're fishing for bass, that's way. Something that I always say that counteracts this, though, is when I'm in shallow, I try to get away with as light as possible, Roman. So that's when I go for the small baits. Like when I'm, let's say, 10, 15 feet deep, Roman, I'm usually like a 3/8 or a 1/2 ounce. And that's just so I can get it to the bottom and just drag it as slow as I can along the bottom. Now, if you were to select a big bait, you could probably downsize this head a little bit, but you're not going to get it that slow retrieve. It's probably going to get caught up in the grass and cause more disturbance than it actually is going to give a good presentation. So that, to me, I use the big baits, or I'm going to use these big baits in the deeper water and smaller baits in the shallower water. Is that your same theory on this, Roman?
Yeah. I don't fish big baits that often. When I do, it's just to like see if I can get a video out of it.
I don't fish big baits that often. Like the biggest baits I've fished are like this.
Yeah. I was thinking probably like throwing A-rigs for me is probably like my biggest bait, I guess you could say.
Yeah, but do you set your A-rig up? Okay, like
as far as like swim baits goes, like maybe like a 5 inch is like the max I'll fish.
Yeah, And that to me, like in my mind too, that's a big bait.
Yeah.
Like when I'm going for when I'm throwing a big bait, it's like a 5-inch.
Yeah.
But when you put that size of a bait, that 5-inch bait on a giant 4-ounce, 2-ounce with a number 5 hook, it just doesn't match the profile.
Yeah.
It looks silly, right?
Yep.
Like that's a 3-inch bait, and
Yep.
it's it may get bit maybe, but it just doesn't quite match. I don't know if it's in the fisherman's mind, but it just doesn't quite match. So A-rig, like that A-rig I showed you, this is my normal A-rig.
Yeah.
And this is the shallow water. I would say this is up to like 20 feet, and it's all 3/8 heads all the way around it. But I would love to be able to fish that in the deep water, but it just won't get down there. So you have to adjust that weight. And once you get that weight down and that current down, you'll feel the bottom. It'll stay on the bottom, and that's when it's going to get bit. Just stay on that bottom. One thing I got to point out too, not to put down Salty or anything here. I'm sorry, Salty.
Oh, don't be mean to Salty, bro.
I've been fishing a lot with him lately. When you go with these bigger hooks, right? To pierce a fish's mouth with these bigger hooks, it takes a pretty good hook set. A lot of us spotty fishermen are used to fishing a hook like this.
Yeah.
Thin wire, light wire hook. When you move up and you go to these bigger baits, you can see just how much bigger that hook is.
Yeah.
And these fish that we're fishing have a hard mouth. And to set this hook, and you've got 100 yards of line out too when you're casting this thing. To set this hook, you can't just reel and kind of, normally with this kind, you can just reel it down and maybe a little hook set.
Yeah.
With the bigger hooks, guys, you have to, you're not swinging for the fences or anything.
Why not?
You have to.
It's the best part.
When you you get hooked up on a big fish with one of these, to get this big hook through that fish's mouth, you guys have to, put some arm into it and set that hook, because that they'll grab it, and if that hook doesn't get set,
Are you saying you found Salty's hook set's lacking?
I'm saying we lost the tournament because Salty didn't set a hook. No,
dang!
Just kidding. I'm kidding, Salty.
Oh my god!
I'm kidding.
It's I won't be upset if you push him off the boat next time, Salty.
Nah, he's showing me how to fish out there.
Nice.
So, just a reminder, guys. Set the hook on these bigger hooks. If you're used to those little hooks, they set real quick. They go through their mouth. But this, you got to put some. And then also, I want to talk about a little bit of the gear you're going to choose.
The reactions happen like a little bit delayed. Roger Stern said, "Gotta have a swim bait rod for that, Brian, for that big bait."
That's exactly
what up, Chad. Let's go.
Roger, I know you and Aaron and Castro, I know you guys fish all these big baits. So
Chad,
you're used to.
I'm just saying, if Chad got the bomber jacket, he would also be getting a dub with Roman patch.
Nice.
A Warzone with.
Hey,
Warzone
and you know what?
Roman
If that's
patch.
Mr. Inflatable Chad, he also got first place the other week, so he's going to get first place.
He would get a first place spotty bowl patch. Very nice.
Heck yeah. We're going to look like a biker gang when we pull up and we're going to be comparing patches. Next thing you know, we're going to walk into the Turkey Inn in Ramona, and they're going to be like, who's those guys?
Into the what? Oh, my God.
We're a fishing club. Yeah, so Roger, you're right. One thing, I'm not throwing you under the bus here, Salty. Don't please. I'm just using this as examples. But if you're fishing those bigger baits, you want to go out with a reel with a little bit more drag. So like a 100 size reel or a 200 size reel, you could probably cast and get away with that. And with these heavy braids, you can put all these. But when you go to set that hook with those little reels, it just doesn't have enough drag to pull this weight of the bait and set that hook in there. So I would recommend, if you're going with these bigger baits, go with a 300 size reel, a little bigger reel, and if you're fishing these, definitely go with a rod with a little bit of backbone. Phoenix Feather, I love them, but I don't think you're going to be getting this hook into that fish's mouth. So yes, Roger, great call on that. Upgrade to a swim bait rod or a medium heavy, extra heavy, something like that to set those big hooks.
Leonard said he did a lot of work for that bar.
Turkey Inn?
Yeah, I think he did.
No way.
He did like he did the plumbing for the machines that do like the dispensing of like the drinks and stuff.
Wow, Leonard, I'd love to share some stories about Turkey Inn. That place is place is legit, I guess you'd say. You would know it because you probably have never came through Ramona, Rome, but anybody who lives in Ramona knows that bar.
MMFC kind of does sound like a biker gang. It does.
I like the MMFG.
8-foot swim bait rod and a Concept A3, says Roger. Nice.
Yeah, exactly. That like, so what I was getting on is you got to have a rod and a reel if you're fishing those big hooks to set that hook and to get it, because the Olay is not going to work. The crank and the little not going to work on those big guys. Yeah. MMFG, that's right, Kevin.
MMFC, Mad Max Fight Gang, or Fishing Gang, Fight Gang, Fight Club.
Yep.
Fishing
Okay,
gang.
and also other bigger baits. So I mean, everybody's been fishing vertically lately. So we've been fishing these major crafts, and we're fishing our submission fishing jigs, and these, you also, for vertically fishing, you have to judge the weight on it. Like, you're not gonna, for me, I'm not the vertical guy. That's Salty and Smuto and those guys. But do bigger baits catch on these? For me, vertical fishing, I like to have as long as presentations as I can get. So I try to get away with as light as I can get. So if you're throwing a 60 gram like in 10 feet of water, with my limited experience on these, it falls like a rock. Versus you go to a smaller bait, it gets that nice flutter and it gives it a longer presentation. So bigger baits in vertical fishing category, I think they're good for deeper waters. I think they're good for heavier current. But with these, I'm trying to get away as light as possible. And if you're in the middle of the bay, you're not by a pylon and you're fishing these things, if you see it kind of just float away with the current and it's not dropping down vertically, then you're too light. And that's my minimum experience with these. I'm not very good at these yet. I've been working on them, but select the size for the depth and the current and keep an eye on it when it's going down.
Interesting.
For vertical fishing.
Yeah, because it doesn't necessarily mean like if a bait is big, it can also be a lightweight, big profile bait too, right? So that's a little bit like if you have a weight that's like, if you have a lure that's big but is light.
That's right. It's like if you went with like this is like it looks ridiculous. I made this up as a joke, but a 1/8 head on a 6-inch bait.
No, but I mean for like the vertical.
Awesome, because it probably, if you're fishing top water, it probably, but it doesn't match the hook. You got to match the whole thing.
I mean for like the vertical baits. For like the vertical baits.
Vertical baits. Yeah. Well, the problem with the vertical baits, if you're in shallow water, most of those will work all the time. You can get away with a lot, except for the really heavy ones. But when you go out into the deeper water, it just doesn't even make its way to the bottom. It's just drifting back there in the current.
Interesting. Cool.
I guess the last thing I'm going to talk about as far as this fishing style, since we're talking about weights, something that I'm working on too lately is a lot of my dropper loop or drop shot. And a recommendation I'm going to have, because to get to the bottom this weekend, I was dropping a 4-ounce weight and still could barely get to the bottom. Now I'm putting like the weakest eagle claw, cheapest clip I can put on there too. So if you get a big fish and this weight gets hung up in a rock, this clip opens right up and hopefully you get the fish. And also it's nice where I can just switch out a weight. So if I'm in 30 feet of water, I go with a 2-ounce and then I go over there. I don't have to retie anything. I just clip it off, put on the 4-ounce, and that would be my advice as far as that goes too. Drop loop, drop shot.
That's awesome.
I don't get to read all the chat like you do. I've got to talk, and I want to read the chat because I see you laughing and smiling.
I'm laughing because Sun Fishing said you can use micro jigs as medals on your jacket. So like little.
Wow, it's gonna be.
If you're not fishing with
interesting if everybody starts decorating their own jackets.
If you're not fishing structure from shore, 6-inch bait is how to catch a good one. Oh, nice. If you're not fishing structure from shore, 6-inch bait is how to catch a good one. Very cool. Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron, I'm kind of with you too. 6 inches is to me, that's a big bait. So yeah, and we've talked about this on prior shows where we sometimes think throwing just big baits may not get you as much fish, but it weeds the little ones out. They all start keeping track of my big bait fish, my small bait fish, like a mini science project, and see what I got going on here. Because a lot of times I'm throwing both of those in the same day, and generally with the smaller baits I get more bites, and I don't usually throw a lot of big baits. So let's see what happens with that.
Interesting.
So To end it, just make sure, guys, when you select a giant swim bait and a heavy weight, select the right gear, because you're going to have to swing that thing to set that hook so you don't miss that big one when it actually comes around.
It's like it's the whole system, right? It's the rod, the line, the reel, the drag on the reel.
That's right.
It's a whole system, right? It's like a chain. So you got to make sure you have the right components throughout the whole chain.
Yep,
cool.
And make sure the hook size is the correct size for that swim bait. You know, you got me thinking about these jackets. Like, it's in my head now.
I
It's
know.
patch talks.
Yeah.
You remember in the 90s when people buy like a jean jacket and they take it to somebody and they airbrush the back like a big brick wall with, you know, like a street bike or something doing a wheelie. You remember that? The airbrushing?
God. I do. Like at Magic Mountain or Six Flags.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's funny.
You're going to get airbrush.
I can airbrush a brick wall on the back.
I don't know.
Maybe like airbrush like some water splashing like the bay.
Yeah.
Pin the lizard on a hook and okay. That's funny. I like my 1/10 belly weighted hook with a 3.5 Kitech. 1/10. I know what you're talking about. It's like a worm offset hook kind of, and it's got a weight attached to the bottom of it, to like the bottom loop, so it looks like it's like the fish's belly basically. That makes sense. Captain Dan says my whole meeting is done. We can start now. Let's go.
All right, Dan. Did you lay the gavel down? I think he's head of the HOA.
Cool. So, guys, you guys have any questions, any more comments on the big bait versus small bait? What do you prefer? Put in the chat, and then we're gonna move on to the next topic of the evening,
which is PB shoutouts.
PB shoutouts. I see
right.
there's 44 people in here watching. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying the show.
What?
Let us know.
Leonard says he used to airbrush jackets in the high.
No way.
All right. Leonard's gonna decorate some jackets for us. He worked at the Turkey Inn. He's a bay creeper. He airbrushes jackets. What is there? You're a jack of all trades, Leonard.
I like it. Yeah, do me a favor, hit that like button, guys. If you're here, join the show, hit that like button, back out of that chat in your phone, tablet, back out of the chat, hit like, and come right back in the chat, okay? All right, so next up, we're going to be doing one of my favorite segments of the shows that we do is PB shoutouts. Basically,
let me go to my screen share.
I'll key it up while you get that screen share rolling. Basically, it is where we get to feature you guys and get to give you guys some recognition for all the good fishing you've been doing. So if you've been getting out and you want to share your photos with us, you can send that stuff over to Brian at Brian Likes to Fish on Instagram, or you can message him through our Discord server, also at Brian Likes to Fish. Get him those photos and try to include a brief summary of what happened, like what lure you were using, what you caught, and if there was anything significant about that fishing day. So like a cool experience, like you went out fishing with your dad for the first time, or for the first time in a long time, or like you taught a friend how to fish. That kind of stuff. That kind of stuff is like perfect. So all right, that said, let's get ready. Are you ready, Brian?
Leonard, the most interesting man in the MMFC.
Nice, the most interesting man in MMFC, Mr. Leonard. Let's go, fish harder, baby.
Guys, I'm seeing a lot of comments too from like Kevin and Aaron, probably the two of the fishiest guys out there that are saying big baits. But don't be afraid to throw that big bait. Throw it out there, see what happens. I know when you go to the store and you think of a spotty's mouth, it's like, you think it's tiny, but those things can swallow a big bait. Try those big baits out.
Official MMFC jean jacket spray painter, Leonard.
We've seen you out on the water. They say you fishing harder. I guess we'll find out this week on our PB Shoutout.
Nice. There we go. Sound fishing in the house.
Thank you. All right, start out with our PB shoutouts. First shout out goes to Gavin.
Let's go.
Gavin here. Go Gavin. Gavin was on the daily double on the half day. I've been on that boat. He caught his, looks like a sand bass on a double rigged 1 ounce war bait paired with a Z-Man 6-inch swimmer. That's a pretty big swim bait.
Yeah.
I dropped it down slowly. reeled it up once, it hit the bottom. After 5 cranks, he got smashed, and he got this sand bass on the top of the double rig. Show the picture. And he also got himself, looks like a calico.
Let's go.
And there's Tiffany. That's Gavin's mom. Congratulations.
Nice.
Mom's son out there on the boat. That's awesome to see.
Did
she got her sand bass on a mackerel. Wait, no, I'm sorry, on a live anchovy with a reverse dropper loop. Hers was 21 and his is 19. Go, Mom. You beat son. Good job.
That's awesome. Dang.
Good job, man. That's some nice sand bass.
Yeah.
Good job. Awesome. Did you guys make tacos out of those? Okay, next up. We got Alex. He is in chat. He's Fish 1904 Club is his chat name. That is Alex, also Alexander. He said he was at El Capitan Lake, and this is his most recent whale he caught.
Holy smokes! I didn't see it at first. I was like, "What's he holding up?" And then that's a huge. Was that a catfish?
That's a catfish right there. So he said he was fishing for bass.
Dang, dude!
And came across
big.
this whale. That's right.
Wow.
And look how shallow water he's in. Those catfish, man. When those things hit too, you always dream that it's a bass because you're like, oh my God, this is going to be the biggest bass ever. And that baby weighed in at 25.82 pounds.
Dang. Is Coach in the chat today? I haven't seen him. Man, I see what Coach has to say about that.
Over that baby.
Yeah, I think it's big.
Didn't give me specifics on what he caught it on, but he was fishing for bass and just came across a El Capitan Lake 25.82. I don't know if he kept it or released it. Probably released it. But there you go. There's another picture. Oh,
that's huge,
that might show what he got it on.
Oh, is that it? On a freaking what is that thing? A popper?
That is a topwater popper right there. They do get a lot bigger than that too, Roman. You think that's big, but they get a lot bigger than that. Dang. Like double that size, bigger than that. So congratulations, Alex. That is a mighty fine fish. Good job.
Yeah, very cool.
Next up, we got Anthony, Sound in the City, Roman.
Sound fishing. Let's go.
Sound in the City. I'm going to try it. He went down to Spanish Landing around 9 a.m. fishing. The boat slips were not working, so he casted down the middle of them. And he found a spotty at 2:30. Well, that's a long day to get a spotty. 2:30, one of his PBs. And the first spotty of 2022 is that guy right there. Came in at 12.5 inches on a Cool Baits underspin, half ounce with a 3-inch Kitech. So he's going for a smaller swim bait and pulled that guy. And that thing's got a nice gut on it too. Two inches though for the mouth being open. You got a 2-inch deduction. That's only a 10.5-inch spot. Sorry.
I like it.
And if you guys, I usually don't do this. I didn't ask Roman about this, but I'm going to promote this just because he made our song. He's got a YouTube video, Sound Fishing, of this catch. So if you guys want to get out there and actually see this catch, go to Sound Fishing on YouTube and check out the video of him catching that 12.5-inch spotty. And I think among other stuff.
Yeah, he's in the chat. Just click on his name and go give him a sub, guys. If you want, that's pretty cool. Awesome, Anthony. Thanks for sharing this stuff, and thanks for hooking us up with the PB Shoutout theme song. That's awesome.
Thank you so much. Okay, next up, we got Max.
Look at that thing.
I know. Look at this thing. That's a Kevin Nakata size bass right there. That's a big one, dude. Unfortunately, I hate to say this before I even start the story, he did not have a scale. We have no idea. We have no idea how big that it's big. So he went out on his cousin's 18-foot tracker boat. The fish were shallow pre-spawn when the temp was getting warmer. He caught that baby on a lipless crankbait.
Yep.
with an evergreen heavy glass combat stick with an SLX 621. Oh, 6 he caught that on an SLX with a 6.21 gear at 7 a.m. He said the fish, when he caught it, it felt like he was hooked up to a log. He said it hardly moved at all. Well, it sounds like he just kind of...
Dave said it's 30 pounds for sure.
I think the world record is Kevin 24 pounds. So
Damn,
I hope it wasn't. No, if I had to guess, I'm gonna guess between 6 and 8 pounds on that baby.
Wow.
No, it's bigger than that. Maybe a 7 and 9. I don't know, Kevin. What do you think? 7 and 9? That's an awesome fish.
That's big, dude.
It's hard to judge sometimes in photos.
Is
but
he in
that thing's
chat?
got a healthy gut.
Is he in
It's got a
chat?
healthy gut. Sometimes you get those bass like that, and they're all head, and they have no body to them. But that one's got some girth.
Yeah,
on
it's
it,
fat.
So,
Even its tail's fat.
yeah, maybe 8. I don't know. Let's hope that's a 10. 22.5. Yeah, that's world record. Yep.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Max. That is a big one. I wish you would have had a scale on that.
Very cool. Super stoked
So
though.
it looks like the largemouth are starting to bite. Yeah, he's super stoked. I would
Yeah.
be too. Next up, these two guys.
These guys.
Partners in crime lately. Me and Salty have been out and doing exactly what I told you guys about just now. I want to show this picture, just exactly show you that these big baits are catching fish. You can see Salty right there holding up a almost legal spotty, and he was using a 2 ounce. That doesn't look that big, but that's a 2 ounce cool bait with I think that's a 6-inch, 5-inch or 6-inch bait, and that's me with the 4 ounces of weight also to get down to those deeper waters. So guys, they are biting the bigger baits. Don't be afraid to try those. The 2 ounce, and when you go to the store and you look at a 2 ounce bait, you're like, holy smokes, they're never going to bite that. But there's proof right there. They are going for the big baits, and that was this weekend. And that is it, Roman, for PB shoutouts.
Very nice. That was cool. Man. That's some big fish.
Man. That's
pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Some big fish today, guys. Some big fish and spotty. What is it? In PB shoutouts. I like it. If you can't beat him, join him. So says Eric. I don't know what he's talking about. Eric, how's it going? Good to have you
Aren't
in
you
here.
supposed to be at work right now, Eric?
It's all right. He is at work. This is his job. Being on being a professional fishy hour watcher. Very cool. Very cool. I'm gonna get Brian back in here.
That's right, Chad. Nice job, everybody. That bass, man, I wish I would have known the weight on that. What did Kevin guess, by the way? He's pretty good at that. Oh, they think it's going to be close to 11, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a big fish, man.
That's a big fish. I haven't got my 10-pounder yet. My largemouth record is just over 8.
Wow.
I have not got my 10-pounder yet. I'm still searching for that baby. I need to put more time in on that. You got your 10-pound largemouth yet? Two or three of them?
Easy. At least 2 this year.
Pulled it out of Dos Picos Pond in Ramona?
Pull it out of Miramar Lake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And known for 10-pounders there.
Hey, Roger, have a good night, dude. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, Roger. I know he's tuning out. He's tuning out because it's the end of the show, and we know what we like to do at the end of the show, right, Roman? At least I do.
Party?
Yeah. Let's break it open the real stuff now, right? So if you guys are new to the show, this is the end of the show, and at the end of the show, me and Roman like 80s and 90s movies, and sometimes we review movies. And tonight I'm gonna do movie reviews. So let me change this.
Let's do this.
Your excitement on your face.
Let's do this. Yay!
Okay, there you go. Let's go. Why are we doing this? This is a fishing show, right?
It's an entertainment show.
Is that what we're turning this into?
It is, isn't it? It's what it has been, right? It's like therapy / advice / community building, right? I mean, from the beginning, right? We weren't fishing at the beginning. We were talking about fishing, right? It was
Shoot, at the beginning we were dreaming of fishing because when we started this, it was COVID. We were like the bays were. You know what's interesting? You mentioned that is I saw a video the other day of when they shut down the beaches and the bays, and somebody running out into the bay or running out into the surf and getting arrested for it. And I was thinking, man, I remember that, how horrible that was,
crazy.
and how everybody was so anxious to get out there. And it finally opened, and we're like, oh, thank gosh. You know, you don't realize what you have until you lost it, you know? Yeah. And seeing that video reminded me of, man, I'm definitely happy that we made it through that and we're back to fishing. And hey, I'm going to say this too. Thank you, Roman, for starting this.
No worries. On that note of like, not thank you for starting this, but on the note of like, remember that feeling of wanting to go fish and not being able to, right? And I know it's probably like the wrong time to bring this up, guys. And it's like towards the end of the show, we should be like closing it out and ending on a happy note. But that got pushed. That happened so fast, right? Where they're just like, oh, guess what? We're closing the beaches. You can't fish. We don't care about any kind of rules or any kind of rights you might have to access the ocean. We're just turning that off. It's a switch. It's on. You can't get access to the ocean. Well, just because it happened, it happened like that real quick, and we got the access back kind of quick too, right? It doesn't mean there's not forces at work trying to take that away from us currently, right? So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff out there happening that, where organizations are whittling away at where you can fish, and especially from shore, right? Like for me, I get on a kayak and it's not a big deal, right? I can fish from anywhere I want, right? But what you're gonna find out, especially when you go towards like the north, like LA County, right, Orange County, like their available spaces to fish from shore are little to non-existent, right? And so it's just something that we need to be aware of, and it's something that we need to kind of start educating ourselves on, so we don't get kind of like complacent and lose more of our fishing access than we have already. So anyway, that's something that's something we need to talk about soon.
I think I added that because this year in Spotty Bowl I entered the shore category, and I noticed the difference you get. I don't want to say treated badly, but the difference from when I'm on my boat on the water fishing to the difference when I'm on shore fishing.
Yes.
It's like people are really not happy with you when you're fishing on shore. I had, just multiple people that were not super aggressive, but just agitated and irritated that, I told you the story about the guy that pulled the knife and said, get out of here, basically.
Yeah, no, I have a boat. He's like, oh, okay. Should told him, no, I'm a boat owner. He's like, oh, okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Props. I mean, seriously, giving props to you guys that fish from the shore, because like Roman said, it's you don't get the same. I don't know. I don't want to say respect because that's not the right word I'm looking for, but it's a different feeling fishing from shore. It feels like I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. I feel like, should I be fishing here? You know what I mean? Like, is this? You know what I mean? It's like I know I can, but it's the people around seem to be, I don't know, is annoyed the word I'm looking for, Roman, or agitated or not happy that you're doing it? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely something there, right? It's weird. So
it is weird.
That's something we need to start covering a little bit more. Maybe we'll get some guys from the CCA in here and talk about what's going on for like a quick update. Also, we'll have something like that set up maybe for next week or the week after. I'm thinking I need to get more educated on it myself before I can speak on it, but I know that it's definitely something we need to talk about and start to build up more awareness about it, especially since we have the platform. And 40 people are here right now just hanging out watching, and this is something that's important to all of us, obviously, because we're fishing, right? So if we see our fellow anglers getting their fishing space reduced, we shouldn't just ignore it because we're okay because we're on the water. We should try to help them out too, like as fellow anglers, right? Because eventually they're gonna come after us too. Okay, let's do some movie reviews.
You guys at Shore Pound that get on a boat too, I bet you instantly notice the difference.
Yeah.
Like it's like a different, I don't know, it's just a different mentality when you're on a vessel, actually out on the water, no matter what vessel you are. So keep up the good hunt, Shore Pounders.
Yep.
All right.
There we go. Sorry, Brian.
What's that?
Sorry about that. So movie reviews.
Wait, on one more thing. So one thing that did come out of COVID that I read in the chat is that Salty got into fishing or got a kayak because of COVID. Cast Queen started fishing because of COVID. It looks like Dave Rage may have started fishing from COVID. So I remember it was when that happened, it was like shortage of fishing supplies everywhere. So if one good thing came out of that, it looks like it's put more anglers on the water. So that's, I guess, one silver lining on this. And we got some good anglers out of that. Cast Queen, Salty, Dave, all good anglers. Sure. All right, so I went through my movie collection, Roman, and I found the most obscure 80s movie I could find. I like this movie. But if you have seen this movie in chat, please let me know, because I doubt anybody's seen this movie but me, because it's so kind of science fiction obscure. This movie came out in May 20th, 1983, has Molly Ringwald in it. What? And you may know her from like Pretty in Pink. The Breakfast Club, she was kind of like the 80s girl, Molly Ringwald. You know who Molly Ringwald is, Roman?
Yep. She's
Yeah,
a
she
girl
was
smells her
almost
armpit.
yeah, she was in all those 80s movies. She was like the sweetheart back then. This movie takes place in the year 2136. It's about a galaxy bounty hunter that is hired to go to a planet to save 3 women that have been shipwrecked there. And this planet is ruled by like a mercenary guy that has an army, and he basically kidnaps him, and this guy's got to go try to save him. I think it's a really good movie, but it's really obscure, and that is Space Hunter Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. Roman, has anybody seen this but me? Space Hunter Adventures in the Forbidden Zone.
I have not seen that.
It's so obscure. I had to order it to get this movie because I remember seeing it like a long time ago, and it took me a while to actually remember the title of this movie and then find it. But I like this movie. I'm giving this movie 3 out of 5 max. I hope somebody out there is watching this actually sees this, because I think it's a cool science fiction movie. Molly Ringwald, 80s science fiction at its best. Okay.
Hilarious.
No more. Has anybody seen it? I can't wait to find out. Let me know. Send it in chat. Next movie up is a very popular movie. Came out December 7th, 2001. It's about a casino heist. Has a huge star class. George Clooney, Matt Damon, Andy Garcia, Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts. Has basically every celebrity in Hollywood is in this. It's about a heist to steal $150 million from a casino. And they put together this crack team of like all the best safe crackers and gymnasts and, electric guys and guys that know how to talk, whatever. This crack team of guys that are going to try to break into this casino and take $150 million. Has a couple twists in it. I know you've seen this. This is a movie that I like. There's 3 parts to it, I think now, maybe 4 parts to it. And that is Ocean's 11.
Let's go.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it's good.
Doesn't have Jean-Claude Van Damme in it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's okay.
They should have added to it.
It's all right.
All right, 3 out of 5 max on that. Do like that movie. My last movie. Most people do not like this movie. When you talk about Waterworld, Roman, for some reason that movie gets a lot of hate. I like that movie. Waterworld, and I like almost all Kevin Costner movies. He's one of my favorite actors. This movie stars Kevin Costner. Premiered December 12th, 1997. It's set in the year 2013. This obviously didn't happen, but a war has crippled the earth, and as all technology has been erased. So the technology is all gone. There's a war. Basically, it's like little towns here and there, and they're trying to reassemble, the United States. They're trying to basically start from the beginning. And one thing that they need to get up, there's no way to communicate, is they need somebody to deliver the dang mail. How are you going to get your package, right? So they start up a group that's delivering the mail like the old days on a horse. And that's like the most dangerous job in the United States, because they're going through all these territories and they're, being hunted down. And that movie is The Postman.
Oh, very
Kevin
cool.
Costner.
Oh, what? I gotta watch. I haven't seen that one. I have to watch that one. Casqueen,
great.
Casqueen, I got your message. Thanks for reminding me that I'm gonna respond to you after the show. This is great. Dude Fish TV, what up, dude? Welcome to the show. Glad you're here. We're doing movie reviews at the end of our regular Fish Hour episode. So we're done talking about fishing. We're just kind of hanging out with the group and chilling. So welcome to the show. We'll be back here again on Monday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So come back anytime. All right, cool.
All right, Carl Black, he likes my movies. Did you see Space Hunter though? Has anybody said they saw that?
Leonard said he heard of it, but never saw it.
Oh, Leonard, I'll rent it out to anybody who wants to see it.
I gotta watch.
Postman. It has Tom Petty
okay. So now finally all right, hold on a second, guys.
Tom Petty makes a little cameo in this movie. I think this movie's rated.
I interrupt this movie.
Rated R.
I interrupt this
movie.
I interrupt this movie review to finally make an announcement that I figured out what you're doing here, Brian. Brian is starting his own traditional video rental place. This whole time, you've been trying to build up a fan base so you can rent us movies, haven't you?
It's a sad thing. I'm always afraid that my favorite movies, like Postman or something, is not going to be on a streaming service. So, like, once every couple of months, I go to the swap meet. And if you've been to Kobe swap meet or Santee swap meet, there is bins and bins and bins of movies there now. And they're all like 50 cents or $1.
Nice.
And every time I come back with like a stack of them, and I don't know. I'm afraid they're all going to go away. I don't know why, but.
Oh my God. Does Brian have a secret back room to rent adult movies? Oh my God.
You're in the wrong place, Eric. Sorry.
Eric coming through with the $5 super chat. Let's go. An awkward question. That's me banging on a piece of metal. Oh, okay.
I'm not allowed to get a copyrighted gong, but I can do this.
Snagging grass and catching bass.
That's right. So I'm giving the Postman, I'm going to say 3.5, Roman. I would say see it. It's pretty long. I think it's one of those long movies.
Yeah.
Like Dances with Wolves.
Yeah.
It was really long. Kevin Costner movies are usually long.
I just saw that this weekend with my pops. It was good.
Oh, the Dances with Wolves is good.
Yeah.
That's a 4 out of 5, man. That's a good one. It's not quite as good as that, but if you like Kevin Costner, this is one. I think it's a great movie.
Joe said your sound effect. Joe said your sound effect sounded like flushing a toilet. That's hilarious.
Thank you, Joe. I could really go. What else do I have on this?
What you got? What's
that guy?
All right, that's enough of that. So, guys, I'll be out there if it's not raining and it warms up a little bit. I'm definitely going to be out on San Diego Bay on probably Saturday. Probably going to be out there with Salty. We're going to be practicing again. We're going to be in the deep water. So if you guys are out there, give us a wave. Come over and fish with us for a little bit. I'm going to be out there on San Diego Bay this weekend, snagging grass and catching bass. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. I'm out of here. Later.
Later, Brian. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Bait Fishing with Roman and Brian. I had a blast. It was fun. It was exciting. It was everything I hoped it would be. We got some good stuff covered, good topics, got some knowledge shared, built some good vibes in the community, got some new people in here. Welcome everybody. So let's do some shout outs. So if you want to shout out, just start typing in the chat. I'm gonna start just calling names. Spam the. There you go. Cal's ahead of the curve. What up, Cal? Thanks for joining us today. Dario, Sound Fishing, Zach, Mr. Riggs himself, Arnie, Captain Dan, Dave Rage, Salty Dangler, Leonard, Salty and Leonard. Thanks for helping me mod today. Mr. Chad Hartling, Cass Queen in the house, Dave Rage, Cal, Ralph. Oh, where you been, Ralph? Nice to see you, Ralph. Welcome back. Spinning Rod Rebel Marvin. Leonard again, Cass Queen, Cal, Chad, Joe Hamilton. Joe, thanks for coming by today, and I appreciate all the comments and being an active member in the chat. That was awesome. Brad M. Martin, welcome back. Thank you, sir, for hanging out with us today. Dave Rage, I got Chad again. I got Leonard, Dude Fish TV, Sea Samurai in the house. Let's go. Cal, Michael Tran, that's right, Michael. Welcome back, dude. Thanks for hanging out with us again. And Ralph Aguirre is 7 and 7. Ha ha ha. Let's go. Very cool. Dude, you know Chad? Chad is awesome. Chad is a valued member of our community. Spam, says Chad. Very cool. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you guys on Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then Brian will be back with us on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, well, have a good night. And I'll see you guys Monday. Good night, guys. Here. There we go.